Chief Laing, thank you for putting Central York Fire Services in a great position for the future. Without further ado, I'd like to turn the podium to our Fire Chief, Ian Laing.
This is why you don't leave your homework on the kitchen table, because Rocco reads your notes and says most of the stuff you were going to say. But that's the way it works, you know. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here today. This is, as Rocco said, a very special day for Central York. This has been in the works, this station, for a number of years, and we really need to thank all the elected officials that have had a part in approving the funding for this station. So thank you to all of those members of council that are here today that supported us in this venture, especially the members of the JCC that listen to me complain about all the things that we don't have and what we need, and then support us when we go to council. So thank you very much. Would also like to thank our emergency service partners that are here today. Obviously, York Police, York Paramedic Services, the Office of the Fire Marshal, and the representatives from the Ontario Association of Fire Chiefs. The Central York firefighters that are on duty today, these are the people that look after you. These are the people that will serve you if you have an issue. And while only one of the 4 platoons is on duty today, they all take a great deal of responsibility in making sure you're safe and doing the best they can. They work hard to make sure that whatever your emergency is, they will be able to deal with it. Also, I would like to recognize our fire department retirees. I'm totally amazed that so many have turned out today. And in uniform. They do a great job, so thank you. And our department historian over here, Rod, is a retired Central York firefighter, and he actually was the one that designed the crest that we wear on our shoulders. And he put his number on the helmet on the crest, and it's number 1. So when I came here, I told him there's a new number 1 in town. He didn't buy it. Anyway, I would also like to thank representatives from Remo Construction. They're here today. They've done a fantastic job putting the building together and making sure that it'll meet our needs. Obviously, Chris Kabinga and Thomas Brown Architects for the design. Chris reminded me we've been working on this project for over 5.5 years, and that's just the design and construction part. We were probably working on it a lot longer than that. And a special thanks to the project manager, Al Downey, from the town of Aurora. A great job, so thank you. Now, some of you may have had a cookie, and if you haven't, I urge you to have a cookie. On that cookie, the icing is a replica of the commemorative coin that will be available to all of you after this ceremony. Okay, so when the ceremony is over and the door goes up, if you could come in 2 lines, there'll be a table just inside the door, and every one of you will receive a commemorative coin. That commemorative coin is not only for the official opening of Fire Station 4-5, it also represents our 20th anniversary as a fire service. Now, I mentioned Chris Kabinga earlier. I had the occasion to work with Chris on a number of projects in my former department, and he reminded me again that we had worked 5.5 years on the design of this project. So either he has a great stamina or it's me, I'm not sure, but we've worked together, we've worked things out, and there has been a lot of thought go into how to maximize the available space in this building to make it more useful for us for a longer period of time. So I'm seeing the station be part of Central York for 50 years or more. So let's do what we can to thank you, Chris, for your work to get this done. It's a beautiful building. We've had lots of compliments on it, And we look forward to moving into it and serving the communities of Aurora and Newmarket. The building itself is 23,000 square feet. It's located on 4 acres of land directly in the middle of Newmarket and Aurora. One of the things that when you take the town of Aurora and the town of Newmarket, there is some thought that there are separate jurisdictions. And although the Office of the Fire Marshal and Emergency Management want us to gather statistics for each community, because I came from a different jurisdiction into this facility or into this department, I think Central York. I completely respect Aurora and Newmarket as separate entities, but my thought process is Central York. It's one big response area. So to have this station centrally located in the middle of the 2 communities will serve us for years to come. Now there are 2 crews that will be working on duty here at this station. The platoon chief will work out of this station, our training division, our administration staff, and the deputies, myself. The building is energy efficient. All the lighting is LED. It's barrier free. There are elevators to take guests and staff to the 2nd floor. It's also fully sprinklered. The fire crews are located on the ground floor in an effort to make their response times more efficient, so they don't have to slide down the pole or take the stairs. They're right here on the ground floor. So that's what we've got here. We have a combination of things that are going to make our response times better and serve the public quickly. The training officers do have offices on the 2nd floor, but they have several indoor training areas. Then that will help us facilitate year-round training. The biggest challenge from the training officers will be the future development of the outdoor training area at the back. There is 2 acres of property at the back that we have yet to develop. So they will be tasked with coming up with props to make sure that we can address the challenges going forward that we will face. The fire crews and the platoon chiefs, they work on a 24-hour shift schedule. So when you're away from home for 24 hours, you need the amenities to make sure that you're comfortable to do what you need to do. So there was a lot of opportunity for the fire crews to participate in the planning of the station. So if you take a tour of the station after, you can see that the kitchen and fitness areas and office areas are designed to make sure that those crews are comfortable and here to do their work. It's been a long journey since 2015 when the Master Fire Plan was approved. But we know that the crew that was outlined in that document has been hired, the truck's been placed in service, and here we are today, ready to serve in a more efficient way. Both towns are growing. New housing is constantly being constructed. And we actually are eagerly awaiting the arrival of the next version of the Master Fire Plan so we can look into the future and see what we can do to make things even better. Now, firefighting has always been a dangerous occupation, and there have been many changes in home construction. That makes it even more challenging. Lightweight construction burns faster and fails faster than the original heritage materials we used to see. The materials that we build things out of, a lot of it is synthetic. It produces more toxic fumes. And the airborne smoke with the open concept floor plans make it even more critical to understand how it's important to have working smoke alarms in your house so you get early warning. The home escape plan, the fire prevention people in here today, if you take time to talk to them, can help you design a home escape plan to keep your family safe. And there's a need, obviously, for the most advanced tools and techniques to be implemented. And we are especially proud that Aurora supported us with a new subdivision in the town that is fully sprinklered. It wasn't an option. Every house in 109 units, detached homes in this subdivision, every one of them is sprinkler. And thank you very much for your support. It takes motivated and dedicated staff to make any organization work effectively. We're faced with problems every day, and we have to find ways to resolve those challenges. We have different ways to solve problems, but our strength is working together as a team. And it's the same when you build a fire station. Once everybody gets on board and the budget's set and we work towards getting the station constructed, we work together to make sure we address the needs of the communities. I would like again to thank the councils of Aurora and Newmarket for their support during this whole process. They endorsed the master fire plan, and again, the joint council committee members who rotate, they do a full term, and the chair rotates from each community, so each 2 years the chair rotates. But there are some people that sat on the original JCC that are no longer with us. And I'm making mention of Deputy Mayor John Abel, who was a very engaged supporter of the vision of this fire station. So when we get my office fully decorated upstairs, I'm going to get a crest made up for that, and it's going to say proudly protecting Aurora and Newmarket. But above that crest, it's going to say ready, willing, and able. And I'm going to spell it A-B-E-L in recognition of John Abel. This fire station represents a major project agreed to by 2 town councils that have agreed to move forward in the interest of public safety. Our department tagline is proudly protecting Aurora Newmarket. We feel the support we get from council shows they understand and respect the work that we're tasked to do, and it's important to the communities. Thank you very much for attending today and being part of the continued development of Central York Fire Services. And we'll go on with the program, and we will have the official ribbon cutting after the mayor's speak. Thank you.